So in one of the calls that I had with my client self-realization, we were talking about one of the universal laws, which is the law of supply. And the law of supply tells us that there's an infinite supplies in this world. There's no shortage. So we were talking about specifically money, and money tends to, for most people, money tends to be a tangible, the coin thing, the paper thing, the card thing, the iPhone things today. And we want to begin looking at not in the physical realm, but it comes from something much, much bigger. Yeah. And what I love about this topic is that there's an infinite supply. So it means that there is an infinite amount of the funds or the money that can be circulated. Yeah. But in order for that supply to circulate to and through us, we must create a demand. And I love this conversation, right? So because the supply is going to be responded to the demand that we create. And I'm not a big fan of, when people often ask if there's a demand for it. Yeah. And when somebody asks me that, I always think my answer is one answer. The demand is something that we create, right? We don't wait for the demand to be there or not. We create the demand, right? Sometimes people call this offer. We create the offer, we create the product, we create the service, and then we work on promoting and sharing that to the world that it exists. So people want to purchase. Yeah. And what I love about this idea of the law of supply and the idea of demand is that demand is something that helps people move closer to their desire, or it allows people to experience the desire, right? So the demand and the desire goes hand in hand. Yeah. So for instance, when you want to circulate that infinite supply, the money, you want to know when that money comes to you, how you're going to move through you to move out of you. Otherwise, it won't come to you because you haven't decided how to circulate out of you, right? And then when you circulate out of you, it means that you're paying to somebody, and then you are now creating another circulation to that person. Yeah. So when we begin understanding that everything is not static, but it's fluid and constantly in motion, we want to just look for what am I doing that might be preventing that circulation to flow. And then you begin creating that circulation to get initiated. So let's say, for instance, let's take a moment, imagine that, you are part of this sort of like the global river circulation process, right? And then we all have different stations, right? And then you want the water to flow to you more, right? But if the faucet of the river that you're operating is not open and you don't know how to let that flow move out of you, the water gets stuck at your place and it won't come more because you're not creating that passage of circulation. Does that make sense? This is a very good analogy, right? And then notice that the more you create your demand to begin paying and creating a opportunity and maybe a role for somebody, or to uh, go somewhere to purchase more something, those are all demands, right? The more you create your demands, the more you create the passage and you open different facets for all the other waters to come to flow to and through you. So we want to have fun with it, right? Because this is a completely different way of thinking, right? You actually, you know, coming up with to be able to tap into this is the way we want to be thinking. To be able to tap into the infinite supply, we want to begin creating infinite demands. Because when we have infinite demands, the infinite supply will be activated to flow to and through us, right? Now, what is infinite demand? Infinite demand is infinite way of giving to people to help people fulfill their desire, including ourselves, right? So then this circulation is about recognizing and coming up with the idea of how much more can I create a passage of giving, right? Because then I can inspire this person. Then I can enlighten this person. Then I can empower this person to feel more energized and to begin creating a network of circulation. Yeah. And when we begin looking at that way, you're not stuck in this energy of needing something, but you're in an energy of giving and producing and creating, and receiving will be flow into you effortlessly because you're in the energy of abundance, plenty, and having. Yeah. So let me know if any question. The law of supply is a fantastic idea and want to focus on the demand, and the demand is the desire, demand is a giving, and we're operating in this circulation. And how can we let that circulation be in motion all the time by identifying what we're focusing on and what we are producing, creating. The more we create the demand and the giving and the value and the inspiration out there, the more it flow to and through you. So enjoy the process. This is like a game, mind game. Let me know if you have any question and anything that you took away the most from, and I'll see you in the next video.